Anybody else feel like living in Canada is like living in an episode of the Black Mirror or some psyops thing? Because as an immigrant to this country, I loved Canada. Like, I came here and I was very grateful that Canada took us in, and I wanted to become Canadian, integrate in every single way. I'm married to a Canadian, born and raised here. And then when 2021 came, because of what Justin Trudeau said about us anti-vaxxers, I had a lot of people tell me that I'm not a real Canadian. I should basically pack my shit up and go back to the country I'm from, all because of that. And in 2021, I did call the Serbian and the Bosnian embassy, and I was like, I need to come back. I don't feel safe here. Like, shit's getting out of control. Like, they're building like COVID camps in Battleford, Saskatchewan, and like, I'm starting to get scared that I'm gonna get put into a camp. And she goes, well, we're backed up a year. And I was like, a year? Is it because of the pandemic? And she's like, no, it's because so many people are exiting these Western corporation countries that they migrated to after the war, that they're coming back now because the UN has pretty much shoved so much UN agenda down their throats that there's no morale left in these countries. And I've been wanting to leave ever since 2021. I kind of had a little bit more hope when the trucker protest came that maybe some Canadians would wake up and they would see the totalitarianism that we're going down in. But unfortunately, Canada seems to be made up of about 70% NPCs. If I was not in Alberta, I would not have been in Canada for like the last probably 10 to 15 years. I'll be honest with you. We have an interracial couple friend. She's from Nigeria. He's from Bosnia. They're married. They have 2 kids. They moved to Bosnia because some white lady called her a racist for not getting the you-know-what in her office. And she's like, dude, I'm out of here, man. And I asked her how she likes Bosnia, and she said the only thing she regrets is not moving here, to Bosnia sooner. Her dad is a GP, a doctor in Toronto. He quit in 2021, sold everything. Him and his wife went back to Nigeria, and he's a practicing doctor there, and he doesn't regret it. I know so many couples who moved to Mexico, Costa Rica, and they don't regret it. I know another couple, he's Canadian, she's from the Philippines. They moved to the Philippines. Like, they gave up their Canadian citizenship. Like, they're like, no, we're never coming back here ever again. And I'm wondering, do people realize that there is a mass exodus out of Canada since 2021? Because of Justin Trudeau and the hatred and the division that he has caused in Canada. So being called anti-science, I have a bachelor's degree in science, in molecular biology and biochemistry, by a man who never finished one degree and has an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, because he had an inappropriate relationship with a 16-year-old girl. That man called us racist. He wore blackface more times than once, and I have literal friends from every corner of the world, acquaintances from every religion, like skin color, including sexual orientation. That means I don't care. Like, I don't judge in any sense of the way. And I got called this by that idiot. You know what I mean? Then he calls us sexist. A man who literally fired an Indigenous woman, Ray Balt, for the SNC Lavalin. And this is what these NPC Canadians latched on and then decided to spew all over the internet, not realizing that people are quitting Canada like permanently because of that. And I'm wondering, any other people out there actually thinking about leaving Canada, because it seems like it's completely broken and it's never going to get better. Like, the inflation is so high that you're not even allowed to talk about it online, because if you do, the NPCs, like the Canadian non-player characters, like the ones with no brain cells, no soul, like no self-reflection, they only regurgitate like what the fluoride zombies want them to regurgitate, will come onto your page and like literally bash you and tell you to leave this country. And then you're wondering if that's what other Canadians are thinking of you as an immigrant in this country. And I'm wondering, does anybody else, or is anybody else thinking about leaving Canada permanently just because of the lockdowns and what has happened in this country since 2021? Because I think it needs to be discussed.